Alright, what's up guys, Wooly here. Today I'm going to be talking about some quality of life changes that will make all the difference in your gameplay. These are very simple tweaks and changes to the game, but they are huge. And I will kind of explain what they are and what they do. Not a whole lot of explaining, but these are just changes that you will see a drastic difference. Okay, so the first one, very simple, is going to be zooming out your camera. I'm not sure what the controls are on PC, but on PlayStation, it is going to be L1. You're going to hold L1 and hit down on your D-pad. Just keep tapping it. Right, it zooms out as you can see. Of course, you hold L1 and press up on the D-pad to zoom in, but more often than not, you're going to want to zoom out. It gives you a wider field of view, just lets you see more. This is especially good for healers and controllers because people need to be in your line of sight. So if you're zoomed in like this, somebody standing over there like that guy, he's not going to get your heals, he's not going to get your power out because he is out of field of view. But if you're zoomed out, you can turn your camera, you can see him, he's going to get it. Okay. The only thing that would stop that is you may notice that somebody is standing, let's say he's standing right here, right? Your teammate is standing right here, you're in a raid, and you're standing over here. So he's on the other side of something blocking your field of view, blocking your line of sight. They're not going to get your heal. They're not going to get it, so you would actually have to rotate just a little bit to make sure that they get it. It's stupid, but that's how the game was designed, that's how it's always been. So if somebody is very close to you, you can see them, but they're not getting heals, you're wondering why. They're not getting power, you're wondering why. That is why. They are not in your direct line of sight, okay? The next one is going to be changing your chat tabs, right? So you may notice if you are a new or returning player that whenever you're in league chat or you're just, joining a group, every time the instance changes, let's say you join a group, right? You hit LFG, you join a group, you are getting ready to go in. As soon as you join that group, the chat tab changes. Now if they're all in group chat, not a big deal, but once you get into the actual instance, whether it be the alert or the raid, your voice chat switches over to that tab automatically. You're like, what the heck? Why is nobody talking to me? I can't hear anybody. They can't hear me. Or maybe they can hear you, or sorry, maybe you can hear them, but they can't hear you. That's something else I will cover. But as far as stopping the game from automatically changing your tab, you're going to want to go into settings. Okay. We're going to want to go to voice, and then you are going to want to change voice channel switching. You're going to want to change it from auto to manual. It will be set to auto by default. You want to change it to manual. That way you don't have to keep toggling back and forth. You can change your chat tab, your voice tab when you want. To change that, actually you need to, on the PS4, don't have a PS5 because they're bought out, but on the PS4, and I'm not sure what it is on the PC, you would hold down, well, you don't have to hold it down, just tap the touchpad, you just want to push it in. To change your voice tab, you would hit L2 or R2, okay? And then to change the text tab here, you would hit L1 or R1. So, nifty little trick, definitely comes in handy. Get that changed. Unless you like being automatically thrown into different chat tabs, by all means, keep it on. Another one is push to talk. So you may, this is what I was talking about earlier, you may be sitting in a group, everybody's talking, having fun, having a good time, you're trying to communicate, but they can't hear you. You can hear them, but they can't hear you. Now you're over here feeling like a jerk, maybe thinking you're being ignored. That's not necessarily the case, right? You need to go into settings, go back over to voice, turn off push to talk, okay? that is always going to be set on by default. What that means is when push to talk is on, you need to hit right on the D-pad in order to talk. And this can be very annoying, especially in a raid. So not what you want. Unless you like to have your headset on and not be chit-chatting. Maybe you don't want people to hear the conversation, but you don't necessarily want to mute your mic. Fine, throw it back on. Personally, I turn it off. Most people turn it off. So, just good to know. Get off of that. So, just good to know that there is a setting that you can change to get that off. Okay. The next one is your text chat. So you may notice by default all of your stuff is usually in like the one chat, right? So you'll have shout, the tells, you will have LFG, all of that stuff in one channel, right? So you can change that, and the way that you're going to change that is going over to settings. You are going to go to somewhere. You're going to go to your chat options, right? So you'll notice there we go. I have all of my LFG in its own separate tab because I did not want it clogging up my normal window. So I created my own tab, you know, right there where it says join or create a custom channel. I went here, created my own tab. You can also rename it if you want, but you're going to hit edit, and then you're just going to go in and highlight only what you want, right? So looking for group. So looking for group in your tab that you set up. You can also do one for trade chat. I don't really use trade chat, so I took it off. But there's no LFG in my main tab, right? So if we look at default, we go through, we can see what's actually set up in here. Looking for group, all I did was just unhighlight it, okay? And then I saved it. Everything else, I'll leave it up. But that's it, guys. These are just some simple changes I kind of wanted to touch on here that will just improve the overall experience. These are very minor adjustments, but again, I feel like these are very necessary adjustments as well. They really do make a big difference. So anyways, guys, I hope that was helpful. These are just some changes. You can go into the settings, mess around with other things if you want. It's not really a lot you need to change unless you need to change some of the visuals. Maybe it's too bright. Whatever the case. But this is what I got for you today. Just a quick video on how to zoom out, how to adjust your chat tabs, how to adjust your voice settings. I hope this was helpful. I'm sure it was, because I know when I first started, I was running around like a jerk. I didn't know what I was doing for about a good month. So especially the voice options, like those are huge changes, and the zooming out. So I feel like these are small, but again, very useful. Really makes a difference in the gameplay. But anyways, thank you guys for checking out this video. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'll be putting out some more DC content in the days, in the weeks, in the months to come. It's Wooly, and I'm gonna go get my grind on. Later.